I want to get your advice for those listening in. For like Jillian, like I'm very inspired by what you've done. I want to do my own tech startup. I want to launch an app. I want to do something. What should I know before I even begin this journey? What would be some things you would say, like maybe some cautions, and also just from your own experiences, like things they should be aware of before launching that startup, that app, dedicating part of their life to that thing?
Yes, no, it's a great question. And it's something that actually, as a female founder, I've started to coach other female founders. I mean, all types of people, but mostly seems to be female founders who are earlier on their journeys. So have come across quite a few of these questions. In terms of, what do you need to be aware of? I think it's very important that you do kind of your baseline research to understand, like, are their products doing the exact same thing that you want to do? And where is this kind of unique selling point really going to come into? So I think that's a really key thing. I think some people have this great idea and then kind of run with it, forgetting all the steps of, looking at intellectual property and looking at, other competitors and, have apps or technologies like that existed before and failed, and then why. So I think doing as much background research to test the viability of your idea is really important, and certainly things that I think a lot of people might fall into, that excitement and kind of community that you're starting. Certainly be very careful of like who you trust and who you bring into that network. I certainly felt as a newcomer to technology, a foreigner also living in the UK, and I think also factoring in being a woman, that there were different layers of considerations that I think I had a bit of naivety, which can also maybe be a good thing to jump into something crazy. But I think for me, again, going into trusting your intuition about people who want to help, or, say that they'll do something or, doesn't quite feel right to do business with, or join the team or be a mentor, accelerator program, whatever it has to be. I think being able to listen to your gut is a really important aspect that I think you need to trust more and more throughout the process. And again, building a bit of like resiliency. There's so many things that I think we forget to talk about. Like, I know work-life balance is kind of that umbrella arm of, running your own company. But I think coming into, having a really dedicated morning and evening routine, like making sure that you're exercising, that you're doing meditations and priming, and that you're setting goals and you're measuring whether they're going in that direction, is super important to make sure that you're in tune, because the more off tune you are, if you're too busy, if you're, too stressed out, if you're angry, that you're not thinking clearly and you're not able to make those critical decisions as well. So I think making sure that you're taking care of yourself, and then obviously the team comes after that, is really important and often overlooked. It's just kind of like drive as hard as you can. There's kind of Silicon Valley mentality that's rippled around the world of, don't sleep, just kind of go. And I think hopefully, in this time too with Corona, that's definitely quieted a lot of the, events and different things that were happening that maybe you had that expectation that you had to do, but actually kind of getting back to basics has been a really important reminder of that.
I love that. That's all like solid advice. Really, really helpful. And I also love that you talked about just self-care. Thank you so much for listening to this clip of the Data Talk podcast. To check out the full show or see the full catalog of previous episodes, go to Experian.com/Data Talk.